All right. Hey, Kovu. Hey, J Edits. Hey, Lele. How's it going? Let's wait a minute for everyone to congregate. We're going to play some more Die Maschine today. Probably going to go to round 200. I'm on round 101. Hey, Coopster. Hey, Freshstein. Cold War in 2026, indeed. Hey, Zerker. Because I was saying this yesterday. I'm like, listen, this game's got a lot of problems. But, you know, it's kind of fun. Cold War, at the very least, was like the final game that was like, yeah, design-wise and balance-wise, it's a fucking mess. But, like, I don't know. I like it. But this game's harder than BO4? No. It's harder than Dead of the Night, that's for sure. Much rather Cold War than anything after it? Yeah, I agree. This is the last game that, like, it's not annoying. It's easy, but it's, like, it's fun because it's easy. You know? Cold War's fun the same way Rev is fun. I kind of agree with that. I haven't played COD since I was a teen. Not sure how far you can make it now. Probably much further than you could back then. I mean, when I played COD when I was much younger, I was a lot worse. Can't believe I only have 12k subs. Your round 100 guide is so clean. Thank you. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. Like I always say, if you want to support the channel, the best way to support the channel is share the videos with your friends. Yeah, almost at 12k. I'm at 11,958 right now, I believe. The only way that I could possibly ask for you to support the channel, share the content. That's all it is. I don't need donations. I don't need anything like that. I already get money from the ad revenue, so, don't feel like you have to directly send money. But yeah, just letting your friends know, hey, there's some really awesome high round guides. You linked the wrong vid in your description. Did I? Fuck. Where did I link? Check out my latest video on Mob of the Dead here. Oh, what the fuck? I literally copied the mob. What? Hold on. Okay, let me fix that. Thank you. I literally copied the mob video and it didn't use the right link. I don't know. Okay, let's fix that. All right, that should be updated. There we go. Hey, Void. None of your friends want to watch zombies content. Send it to them anyway. Okay, let me... Well, yeah, Void, okay, yeah. There was a lot of controversy about that. So I posted the YouTube short where I was like, hey, these are the real steps to upgrade the Hell's Redeemer. And one of the comments was like, now I need to question everything that's on your channel. How could you leave that out? And I'm like, the fuck? And the reason I didn't address it is because I recorded that voiceover before I left for my vacation. And then as I was on my vacation is sort of when people were getting upset. And I was like, I don't care. I also don't have I don't have my microphone to re-record that one thing to say, by the way, you need to be on round 10. Also, if you watch the video, you'll notice I was way past round 10 anyway. I want to throw some music on, and then we'll continue this game. All right, that's good enough. Ooh, okay. No, for upgrading the Hell's Redeemer, for the step where you have to be on the bridge and survive a full round on the bridge, you have to be on round 10 or higher for it to count. The 15 kills can happen on any round, including before round 10. No Face, thank you for the sub. Welcome. But you have to be on round 10 to do the survive one round on the bridge with just the retriever. And people were upset that I didn't say that, because one, I actually didn't know, and two, if you're getting to the bridge before round 10, like, you're probably doing some ridiculous min-maxing and it's completely unnecessary. Like, just kill the zombies when you see them. Hey Jace, how's it going? I am the master. I know. But yeah, but also like, it is an important thing to address. Like, even sometimes I am wrong, and I'm happy to be proven wrong, and either if it's something egregious, I usually just make a video correcting. If it's something minor, like, oh, I forgot to say you need to be on round 10, I'll just kind of pin the comment that corrected me, which is what I did. Did that Shatter Blast just kill like 10 zombies? Yep. What's the goal? I don't know. Go as far as I can. See how I feel. If I get 935, that'd be cool. This is what I love about the earlier rounds on Die Maschine. How long was that round? Fucking under a minute? A minute? What's my opinion on the evolution of the Zombies game mode over the years? I think that, for the most part, every entry has been worse than the previous ones, for the most part. And I say that with, like, the understanding that, like, I think Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, to me, is, like, the peak of the game. I think it was those were the best modes that were introduced to the series. Black Ops 3, I think I did a lot of things right in terms of map design, but also I think that Gobblegums and AATs were generally a step in the wrong direction that I disagreed with. Black Ops 4 did reverse some of the problems that I have with Black Ops 3, especially as it pertains to, like, balancing, but then it broke some other things in terms of, like, you know, the zombies having a health cap, and there's certain changes that I still disagree with. Black Ops Cold War, I think, was the biggest step in the wrong direction, but it's just fun. Black Ops 6 just was Cold War, but even worse, and Black Ops 7, I guess, is technically better than Black Ops 6, technically, so, like, one could argue, yeah, that's a step in the right direction, but, like, is it really the right direction if the game is awful, you know? It's like, oh, Black Ops 6 is the worst entry in the franchise, and Black Ops 7 is the second worst entry, but yeah, it's a step in the right direction, I guess, but it didn't fix anything. How's it going, Heya Fla? I don't know. That's what I think. Did you see your funny number points on Liberty Balls? I think I saw that screenshot and I wasn't paying attention to the points. I just saw Black Ops 6 and said, ew. Yeah, slop is still slop. It's already around 103. Yeah, Cold War is stupidly quick. Look how much I'm gonna do with just this insta-kill. Modern zombies, yeah, I know. It's very unlike me. Fast rounds equals slop? No, that's not what I mean by slop. Listen, I generally don't have a problem with having less zombies per round. Like, my problem with less zombies per round is the fact that it sort of diminishes, like, achievements that players have gotten on older games where, like, you only have to kill a third of the zombies to get to round 100 as you used to. So it, like, diminishes the achievements of older games, but also at the same time it makes round 100 more accessible, and I think that's a good thing in general. I think that people want to hit round 100. Making that more accessible is a good thing. My problem is that not only did they make round 100 more accessible, they made the maximum round more accessible. So, like, anyone can just hit 935 or 999 in the same amount of time that it used to take to, like, get other world records or 255s or whatever. And that's what I have a problem with, is the game should be easy and accessible to get to round 100. Not something you should be able to do on your first try, but, like, easy enough that you should put the time in and get good at the map and you should get round 100. But difficult enough that 200 or higher should be way more difficult. That's what I disagree with about modern zombies. But I don't know, I just find Cold War just feels satisfying in a way that I can't exactly describe. Like, how many, has it been like 4 minutes and I just did 5 rounds? Most people don't care about 100. I think a lot of people care about 100. That's always been the case. People have always cared about round 100. It's just that on Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, round 100 was quite a challenge that you had to really understand the map and work towards. Like, you just didn't hop on and casually get to round 100 with your friends. Cold War fails at making round 200 plus harder, but BO7 definitely feels harder at 400 than 100. Did you and I play the same Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7? Because there's, like, no difficulty scaling on those games. 400's easier because you actually have more salvage, so you can spam more score streaks. Why no Tombstone? It doesn't do anything. At all, actually.
Team, got another exfil window.
I'm never gonna use Tombstone to revive myself. I'm only going to use tier 5 quick revive. So Tombstone just isn't necessary. So why waste the points? Get Tombstone for the memes? I almost want to not get Tombstone for the memes. Score streaks are not viable in Black Ops 7. Yeah, but like, what is the strategy on Black Ops 7? If anything, I will say the survival maps on Black Ops 7, not a farm, but the other survival maps are slightly more interesting because the strategy is what? sit in a corner spamming PhD and spamming explosives. If anything, Black Ops 7 high rounds are exactly what people criticize Black Ops 4 high rounds of being. But Black Ops 4 high rounds are not that, and Black Ops 7 high rounds are that. What do I think about Dead Ops Arcade? I love Dead Ops Arcade. I would love an excuse to play it more. Why am I out of Semtexes? Oh, okay, I guess that's round. Sure. Still don't know why people like Dead Ops Arcade. Dead Ops Arcade is so much fun. The arrow launcher is no longer viable due to taking more shots to kill armored zombies, so PhD jumping is way more dangerous now. So what's the strat? Okay, here's my problem with Black Ops 7, really. And it's that they, in Cold War, they realized, hey, we made the game too easy because they made it so that every single weapon in the game is overpowered, right? You make this seem too easy, it is as easy as I'm making it seem. I literally have not looked at the screen in like 5 rounds. I'm just reading chat. I'm not even looking at the screen. If we vote for Dead Ops Arcade, will I make a round 100 guide? If you vote for Dead Ops Arcade, I will make a beat the Silverback guide, depending on which version you vote for. Oh shit. Am I gonna take my first down here? Why? Hold on. Sorry, these megatons are just being a real pain in the ass. How did I not get armor? How's there no armor on the ground? Sorry. Where's the armor? Do I think Burst Mod will come back in Paradox Junction? COD Zombies games from best to worst. Okay, best is Black Ops 1, followed by, to me, Black Ops 2, then Black Ops 4, then Black Ops 3, then World at War, then Cold War, then Black Ops 7, then Black Ops 6. I guess that didn't count non-Treyarch, but I haven't played them enough to rank them. Hey, so what?
No coming back from that.
I agree. Dead Ops Arcade is always a fun, like, it's you can never have a bad time playing Dead Ops. I'm gonna die. Okay, sure. Downs don't matter, but like, where's my armor? Why is there no armor on the ground? You just put in your vote for Dead Ops? Yeah, keep in mind, Dead Ops is eligible to be voted for the series, and I will absolutely play it if it gets voted. Dead of the Night is underrated on normal. Like I said, like, you know, technically there are faster strats than camping next to silver bullets, but to me they're less viable because why would you even risk taking it down? I appreciate how the round counter is just like off the screen right now. It's like that for me on my screen, even though my safe area is set to my screen size. Okay, can I get some armor, please? Please? Oh wait, that counts.
Decoy up.
Treyarch didn't think we would get past round 30. On the older games, they for the most part, didn't. You're not a fan of save and quit, right? I am a fan of save and quit. Save and quit is a feature that makes high rounds more accessible to more players. And to me, that is always a good thing. People, I mean, there will be people that argue like, oh, it sort of changes some of like how high rounds function. Oh shit, why am I at 36 health?
Extra opportunity striking.
Yeah, these rounds are so quick. On Black Ops 6, they introduced save and quit for solo games. Which I think is something that, like, you could add save and quit to older Zombies games, and I think it would just only be a good thing. Like, yeah, there's an argument of, like, oh, but, you know, then it sort of removes the need for, like, not having a power outage and having to play and, like, trying to avoid reset and whatever. But, you know, I think that in general, just making higher rounds more accessible to more people is a good thing. And save and quit is very much a feature that does that. Astounding gameplay, thank you. I haven't even been watching it. This map is so easy, I can just look at chat. Yeah, I am playing Noct Reimagined. I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Like, if you have the round cap, then save and quit just, like, doesn't affect anything. I'm also a firm believer that there should not be a round cap, straight up. But that's a different conversation. If Black Ops 1 was updated with better technology to no longer reset, would it be a worse game? That's a really tricky question, because there are going to be many people that would argue, yes, it would be worse, because high round strategies would be less interesting. You wouldn't have to play as fast. The only stipulation would be survive longer than everyone else. But at the same time, I think that, like, for world records, it would make world records less interesting. World records would not be who played the fastest and most skillful, rather who just survived the longest, right? And in theory, the world record would just be some guy who started his game in 2010 and hasn't stopped since. Because it would really be about patience. And I think in that way, it would make it less interesting. But at the same time, I think that having save and quit or like not having a reset or making Black Ops 1 more stable would just make it so that more casual people can get to round 100 or get to slightly higher rounds. And I think it would sort of give more of an appreciation for what goes into it, you know?
Hiring war machine.
What would I consider the hardest Zombies map? That's an interesting question. Like, the first things that come to mind are usually, like, Black Ops 3 Shang, Bus Depot, because, like, it's sort of, there's a few ways that I could tackle that question, which is,
War machine going hot.
if there was, There's a few ways that I could tackle the question of like which map is the hardest, which is like I could talk about like which is the hardest to just like stay alive in general, right? Or I could talk about which is the hardest to like get the world record, or I could talk about like which is the hardest to just kind of push through the rounds, you know? Like if we look at Bus Depot, getting to round 90 or whatever the world record is right now, it's like it takes like 100 hours just to get to not even get to round 100. And so for some people, like the amount of time investment and the amount of dedication to just fucking using a ray gun that isn't able to kill is what makes that map difficult. But also on the other end, it's like, you know, once you gather all the zombies, you have a big open area, so it is easier than most people make it out to be to not die. So in some ways, it's not the hardest map. BO3 Shang is one that's like very difficult to just survive, but like you also have access to gobblegums and things that can help you and an infinite damage weapon, so it sort of depends on your definition of hardest. What time is it for me? It's 3:02 p.m. right now. Have I seen any of Evan F. 1997's story of how Easter eggs were found videos? I've definitely seen those show up in my recommended. I just haven't watched any, but I am slightly interested in that concept because like I don't understand the idea of like how Easter egg hunters like look for things like that, you know?
Hiring war machine.
Alright, this is going by so fast. Yeah, that's right. Like, so what's the hardest map? It kind of depends. Survival maps are up there for me. BO3 Shang is up there for me. BO3 Verrückt Classics is up there for me. Also, like, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 Knocked would be up there for me. Because I think, not that they're difficult to, like, the horde up isn't difficult. It is slow, but it's not hard. And, like, using the Thunder Gun isn't hard. But it's more like, not a lot of people are going to want to spend 20-something hours hitting the box over and over and over and over again, thousands of times, just to get to round 100. And that in itself, like, it's sort of a mental block is what prevents high rounds from being easy in that sense. Does World at War Shinonuma have the fastest zombies rounds to this day? Yes. There's no faster map than World at War Shinonuma. I did hear the last relics were found by data miners, and something tells me that's like not a good thing, right? Because if anything, like it's sort of cool that the relics had not been discovered for as long as they went undiscovered. You know? But if they're all going to be data mined. Wezzy Wez, thank you for the sub. What's the most lame high round? Dead of the Night. At least if you're running the Silver Bullets camping strat, which I believe to just be like one of the safest strategies, but Ashes of the Damned 100 speedrun is faster than Chino. Well, 100 speedrun is different. He just said fastest overall. Ashes of the Damned, you're not gonna get to 1,000. You're not gonna get to 999 nearly as fast as you would on Shinonuma. 100 is a different story. These rounds are stupidly quick. Been playing for like 20 minutes. Already on 115. Thumper with Deadwire might be better with the ray gun for this map. Well, Deadwire is terrible on Cold War. And the Thumper isn't really as good. Just because I only need the ray gun, my second weapon doesn't matter. And, like, a bullet weapon as opposed to the thumper, I think is just better for insta-kills in a situation like this. Like, you can see how many kills I can get. Literally I'm just holding down the trigger, and I'm not even moving. Is that a megaton that I just heard? Yes, it is.
Sending decoy. Send text out.
There's an exfil window available.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Alright, thanks for stopping in, No Face. Forsaken is the only Cold War map not to have a dedicated max ammo round. That is true, yeah. Just like how 9 is the only Chaos map to have a max ammo round.
Infected threat clear.
Deadwire to do more damage to the Megaton. I don't know how strong Deadwire is against the Megaton, but I'll tell you what's really, really strong against the Megaton. Ring of Fire plus 1 Semtex is enough to just eliminate it completely. Like, pulling out the Thumper would actually put me in more danger. Any decoys? Alright. I shouldn't have activated that. Oh well. Do I know the Thumper 1 bullet trick with Ring of Fire? I don't. Yeah, I hate that too, Void. Best BO1 FOV. I usually play on 100.
Window closed.
But really, it's personal preference. Just take a shot every time I get a Massacre Medal. You want me to die in the next 45 minutes? Maybe I'll take a rip. Can I get more decoys, please? Can I get more decoys, please? That's fine.
War machine going hot.
If you start Ring of Fire with only 1 bullet left in the Thumper, the fire rate is drastically increased. I actually didn't know that. That makes sense. Because of the way the, it cancels, you don't have to reload. It takes the bullets out of your stock. Oh, shit.
Sending decoy.
I'm gonna miss the insta-kill. That's unfortunate.
Turret dropped.
Oh, well. All right, sure. Okay. Every single zombie kill, there's text on screen. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they literally put the kill feed so that you just have a constant rush of dopamine. Every single bunch of kills that you get all just pop up with text all over your face. And let me tell you, it fucking works. It is a nice dopamine rush. Yeah. So. You want me to mute my mic?
No, I was just seeing if you
Yeah, I'm down. What time approximately will you be done with work? Okay, cool. I'll definitely be done with this by then. I started on 100, I'm going around 200 on this map. That's stupid quick. So, that was my brother. I am not a fan of the kill feed.
Sending decoy.
I say that giving credit to what it was trying to accomplish, which is, hey, let's make every single kill pop up in your face so that you feel dopamine with every single kill that you get. Literally, all I'm doing... Actually, I should turn the face cam on. Hold on. Hi! Let me show you what I'm doing right here.
Neutralize zombie.
This is all I have to do. And then when it runs out, I just throw a decoy,
Semtex.
throw a Semtex, and then I'm not even looking at the screen. Chat's over here. My screen's here. But at the same time, it's sort of like, because of the amount of shit that's flashing in your face all the time, it kind of keeps it engaging, you know? Philip Rivers could do this at age 9. I don't know how else to describe it, but like that's the way I interpret it, is like Treyarch put the kill feed right in front of your face so that even when it feels like you're doing nothing, you're getting hit with non-stop dopamine. This sounds like Diddy Kong Racing lo-fi music. You're not far off. This is Mario Kart World soundtrack. So it is Nintendo. And it is kind of lo-fi, but it is from the official soundtrack. Facecam, yeah. Hi, everyone. If you haven't seen my face by now, you've missed a few streams, and also you haven't seen my profile picture, which is my face. I feel like I'm allowed to wear the Buffalo Bills hat now. We are after the Super Bowl. What if you throw your Semtexes like playoff CJ Stroud? What would that mean? I throw it, cause, well, playoff CJ Stroud, he threw the ball towards the opposing team. But if I throw the Semtexes towards the opposing team, the opposing team is the zombies. If I throw the Semtexes at the zombies, that's a good thing. So would that mean CJ, like if I'm throwing my Semtexes like playoff CJ Stroud, am I throwing them just way the fuck off the map? Mario Kart World is amazing. I won't speak on behalf of Mole Man. Maybe what has he been on? Has he been playing Moon recently? I haven't seen in his streams. I don't go on Twitch that much. That's my fault. We don't need another Moon stream. I mean, you'll get another Moon stream from me sooner rather than later. Don't worry.
Sending decoy.
I do want to do Black Ops 3 Moon kind of soon-ish at some point. What happened to Call the Dead game? As a Bills fan, have I ever gone through a table? Not yet. If I get to around 935, maybe I'll go through a table.
Decoy up. Semtex. Infected threat clear.
Are the BO3 Chronicles remakes overhyped? Well, listen, I think that for average players who, you know, just want to hop in and have fun, they're all great. And it's especially good to have 7 maps that you can just hop in and just chill, you know? Could have had JZM's favorite zombies moment. What's my favorite zombies moment? Especially considering that, like, other than the giant, you know, Shadows, DE, Shadows, DE, ZNS, Gorod, Rev. I guess Rev is more so, but like, Shadows, DE, ZNS, Gorod are not super casual friendly, you know? I do not have the super Easter egg rewards because I have only done one Easter egg on Cold War so far.
Don't be down. Enemy destroyed.
What was I just saying? I lost my train of thought.
Decoy up.
The rewards is overpowered. Purple on round 1 is more easy mode. I don't think it's as overpowered as most people make it out to be, solely because, like, you can upgrade your weapon to whatever rarity in no time. But, like, yeah, it is also nice to save all the salvage. Oh, yeah. We were talking about the Chronicles maps. I think, like, if a lot of people just play the game casually, they hop into a public lobby, they hop on with their friends, they try to get to around 30, 40, you know. And I think that not enough of us, including myself, like, recognize that, like, that's what a lot of the zombies base is. Many of the base Black Ops 3 maps are not very beginner friendly. And I think that what Chronicles really did well is it brought back many of the fan favorite maps, but also gave people who are a fan of Black Ops 3 something to play that isn't the really complicated maps, you know? People love that. It's a good thing. At the same time, I do think that they're a little overhyped. And the reason I say that is because I don't think any of the Chronicles maps are better than their original counterparts. A couple of them are equal-ish. Like, to me, Moon, I think, is almost equal. PO1 Moon's better, but... yeah, I love maps where it's just box power perks. Like, just set up, have fun. You know, I don't need to think, I don't need to Google steps, just open up the map.
Exfil window expired.
But yeah, the point being, I say Chronicles is overhyped because every single Chronicles map is either equal to or worse than their original counterparts. None of the Chronicles maps are better than the originals. Oh, why? Shit. Almost took my first down. Grant, like I said, downs don't matter super much, but... should you reset the round counter today? Absolutely. I think the BO 6 and 7 do a decent job of getting newer players eased into complexity. Well, I don't think that it eases them into complexity more as it creates artificial complexity where there shouldn't be complexity. The complexity of Black Ops 3 and to a slightly lesser extent Black Ops 4 is the fact that, like, when you load in, you gotta do a whole ass quest to open up Pack-a-Punch or build the Wonder Weapon or whatever. Like, there's all these parts you gotta pick up. There's all this shit you gotta do, right? You can't just hop in and play. Black Ops 7 and Black Ops 6, there's also a lot of shit to do in order to set up for a high round or whatever you're trying to do. But the list of shit to do isn't like picking up parts around the map or setting up or... it's fucking spending 100,000 points on the box to upgrade your weapons and spending a billion salvage to upgrade your weapons. And to me, that just feels like artificially making the game more annoying. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but... yeah, I agree, Jake. There are certain things, like, I'm gonna be honest. The fact that Black Ops 3 changed the astronaut so that it can be killed by Deadwire, I think that is completely a good thing. Even though it trivializes the difficulty of the astronaut, I think that the astronaut itself was not a balanced enemy in Black Ops 1. I think it was poorly balanced, which is why we're constantly debating over glitching or trapping or whatever, because the fact is he should just be able to be killed. You could even give him, like, you could cap his health at 1,000,000 and make him as annoying as George, and that would be better. Because at the very least, you would argue, like, oh, okay, you know, you can deal with the astronaut, you just have to put a lot of bullets into him, but, like, people would maybe do that, or maybe not, you know? But the fact that he's completely unkillable at a certain point, other than QEDs, he also gives you nothing. Like, that to me isn't super well balanced. And that's like my biggest criticism of my favorite map.
Nothing better than a headshot.
Stop promoting modern zombies. This was the beginning of the end. But at the same time, when this game came out, I still had a lot of hope that would just be squashed as the years went on. Why do I like Moon so much? I don't really know how to describe it. I just always thought it was super fun. I love the environment. Ever since I was 10 years old, I was obsessed with the concept of a zombies map in space. I genuinely love the concept of, like, hey, you gotta learn how to play the map, and if you don't, you can have your oxygen and gravity. There's no other map, I guess Astra/Mars, but /DE/Rev. There's no other map where gravity is a luxury. And there's no other map where oxygen is a scarce resource. And I guess you could argue Zetsubo if you're underwater. But, like, and I genuinely think that is really a cool thing that I've always been a fan of. How do you make the game of zombies more interesting if not, you know, adding 1,000,000 fucking quest steps to build the ice staff? Change the environment. And the moon is the coolest map. That's how I've always felt about it.
Neutralize the zombie. With one bite.
Cooler than Stalingrad with dragons? To me, yes, but also, that is another thing that I think Black Ops 3 did nail. I'm not the biggest fan of maps where it's like, okay, let me go fucking pick up 25 parts to just set up or whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of that aspect of BO3. Too questy. The map design, though, is amazing. Shadows, Durizen, yes, even Zetsubo, Gorod, and Rev. Like, the way that they designed the map's atmosphere, the way that they, like, put you into that, you know, it was so cool. Hey, Wesley, how's it going? What am I doing, IW high rounds? I'll get to it. I have IW. I've only played it, like, 3 times. I actually had Wonderful coach me on how to get to round 50 on the first one. Zombies in Spaceland. Oh shit. This Megaton's gonna fuck me up. Oh, or the round will end. That works too. Okay, I want him to not be there.
Hiring War Machine. Brain it hurts wrong.
There we go. Never a doubt. By the way, I think this is like the highest I've made it on this map without taking it down. Which says a lot.
Contact down.
Free Jordan? What? Anytime Israel's here, it's an... Oh, Israel, the person in my chat. The lake area is such a fun training spot. On which map? Sorry, which map were we talking about? Oh, on a rave? I saw the trailer slash like dev talk. Oh, on Die Maschine. What lake area? Does Netanyahu watch my streams? I sure hope not.
Sending decoy. Semtex out. Tango fully expired.
Yeah, I don't see any BO7 on my homepage. I'm as far as I'm concerned, there's only one BO7 creator that I actually respect, and that's Donuts. Just because he just seems like he's a cool guy who's like, listen, I'm just gonna cover the game and talk about the facts. And he doesn't try to sit and say, no, this is actually the best game ever. But he does break it down in a way that I don't think anyone else was. BO7's in a dry period. Oh, don't worry, you have Paradox Junction, Nuketown again. Coming out, what, in March, right? MZC's on like 450 on Mars. What about Decal? I like Decal. What has Decal been up to recently? He hasn't been playing Black Ops 7, has he? I feel like I haven't seen him play zombies in a while. Hasn't he been playing like Arc Raiders? This is the only modern zombies map you enjoy to play? That's fair. Like, this map and Mauer are fun like Revelations is fun. I think Revelations is fun. I also think that Revelations is like an incredibly easy map that sort of isn't well balanced because like you just are overpowered. But I always say like sometimes it just feels good to be overpowered. Like sometimes they release a zombies map and I'm like, yeah, this feature or these weapons or whatever are broken, but it's fun because it's broken. That's not always the case. Like Silver Bullets on Dead of the Night is broken and that's what makes it not fun. But Die Maschine and Mauer are like super broken maps, super easy, and they're fun because of how broken they are. They're fun because they're easy, so you get to just chill and, you know. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying about Decal, is like, Decal genuinely has such a good personality that I like watching his streams a lot. I want to collab with him, I want to hang out with him more. Except, like, with zombies, all he's been focusing on is Black Ops 7 because he's got a lot of pressure on him because he's like the Black Ops 7 guy, the 999 guy, and he grinds every map that comes out. But he just looks miserable when he's playing. Like, he just looks like he's not having fun. And I genuinely wish, and to a certain extent, I think he is sort of doing this. I genuinely wish he would just stop playing Black Ops 7 and start playing older games. And just make content to that. Because he would be really funny. Hey, TTS. By the way, actually, wait. Somebody just commented Terra Maledicta next on my Mob of the Dead video. I'm liking that one. I was gonna say, I don't want to I'm trying to avoid running into a situation in the future where I have too many viewers and not enough mods. TTS, do you mind if I make you a mod? I trust you. All right, cool. You don't know anything about YouTube moderation? It's easy. All you do is show up whenever you want, and anytime someone starts being racist, I yell, "Hey mods," and then that guy goes away. That's it. Yeah. That's pretty much all it is. Just, yeah, you can bully people too. How well does it pay? Pays in bragging rights. You get to brag that you're my mod. You should post about it on Reddit. Be like, I'm JZM's mod. AMA. That'd be like the most interesting thing that's been posted on that sub. I feel like I've hardly been playing. I'm burning through these rounds like it's nothing. Do I use Reddit? In terms of do I look at r/COD zombies, I haven't really been recently. Like, I will get posts that pop up on my feed from COD zombies that I may or may not comment on or whatever if they're interesting. Or like in one case, a few days ago, I think I mentioned this yesterday. A few days ago, somebody posted on r/COD zombies, I can't believe they patched it so the ray gun is rarer on Chronicles. And I was like, hey, I'm really and I commented basically, I was like, I'm sorry that you're having bad box luck, but you're just unlucky. Like, I get it. And he goes, no, they actually patched it when they released Chronicles to make the wave gun more rare on Moon. And I'm like, yeah, but they didn't. And here's my video of me complaining about how many box hits it takes me on Moon, and then breaking down how I was also just unlucky, just like you were. And then he goes, well, you didn't provide any proof. Me and my friends swear that it works that way, because we've been playing for a long time. And I'm like, well, my justification was, here's what it says in the code, and your justification is me and my friends swear. So... And then I linked my other video. I said, it's an interesting thought, because if you think about it, the Wonder Weapon is always the last weapon you get out of the box. It is always the last thing that you're going to pull. Because as soon as you pull it, you stop hitting the box. So it is always the last thing that you get. Yeah, that's even true when you're doing trade-outs. Like, the wave gun is always going to be the last weapon that you get before you end the trade-out. Which makes it feel like it always takes a while. Because in theory, it does. It's always the last thing you get. But yeah, no, but I don't really use Reddit for COD zombies. I mainly use Reddit for, like, news and things like that, which I know makes me sound like a leftist, that I am. Yeah, it's because he didn't shoot both question marks. That's right.
Wasted them.
Use Facebook for news? What does that make you? A boomer. I'm sorry to say. Okay. I'm gonna open up my Facebook right now. I'm just gonna, let's see what the first thing that I'm gonna show you the first thing that isn't posted by a friend on Facebook. Okay. NFL makes decision on punishment for former Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Okay. Great. More Buffalo Bills. Okay, something about the GOP. Raising Cane's is opening up near me. Okay. Leaking the Facebook. I'm not pulling this up on stream because it might dox me. Stevie Wonder in the Epstein files, according to this post with no source. Buffalo Bills have officially brought back their cheerleading squad. Is this even true? New York Philharmonic. Great. Oh, good. President Trump says he will issue voter ID requirements whether Congress approves it or not. All right. Okay. The point I was trying to prove, which I did not prove, was every time I open up Facebook, it's AI slop. But weirdly, that was not a lot of AI slop. That was just random whatever. You've had Cane's for like a year, you never went once? Okay, well that's what you're doing for dinner tonight.
Decoy up.
Raising Cane's is fire.
Semtex. Neutralize the zombie.
Yeah, I think that, like, you know what's interesting is Facebook and Meta, they're always talking about how the number of users they have is increasing. I genuinely think that the number of users they have is decreasing, and they don't want to make it seem like that's the case, so they're filling the platform with a bunch of AI bot users to just post shit. And I think that there's actually more bots than there are humans on Facebook, Instagram, whatever the fuck else Meta owns.
Zombie down.
I didn't see what they said.
Another exfil window.
Every time they speak, though, it's something sus. Facebook is getting more users, just like how Liberty Falls is the most played zombies map. Well, you said Liberty Balls. That's what that's the actual name of the map, Liberty Balls. I haven't looked at my screen in like 8 rounds, if I'm being honest. I'm literally just looking like at my other monitor at chat. I'm just here to hang out. Listen. I said it. Cold War's got a lot of problems. I think that this was the very beginning of what truly ruined zombies, more so than certain aspects about Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Cold War really did this series in. But it's fun because it's easy. It's fun because like you can just grind and it's easy. I literally looked up and I was like, oh shit. I thought I was on round 124. And then I looked up and I'm like, when the fuck did I get into the 130s?
Sending decoy. Semtex out.
I'm just not looking. That's how easy this game is. You just don't even need to look. It's the perfect game to just Load up and chill. Look. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking in the sense that, like, obviously I see that my Ring of Fire is active, and I just know, okay, when my screen gets less purple, that's when I gotta look and do my one loop. That's it. Shouldn't fun be the #1 target for games? Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, for any video game at all, especially Call of Duty, like, you want your users to have fun. But also, for me as a competitive player, however you want to define that, as a high-round player, I do believe that there is a certain balance that the game needs to have that I think Black Ops 1 really nailed. Black Ops 2, most maps did a good job of. Black Ops 3's hit or miss depending on the map. Revelation's a little too easy, but you know. Black Ops 4 did slightly better at, but like Cold War onwards, there's no balancing to how difficult they made the game. Will I ever stream Outbreak for high rounds? I have never played Outbreak in my entire life. So if I streamed it, it would be the first time ever. I didn't even load into it once to try it out when it came out. I just watched footage online and said, this is not for me. Ah!
Sending decoy. Send picked out.
You're being slandered.
Brainy turret drop.
I should try Onslaught Containment. I have played Onslaught like once or twice. It's interesting. It's interesting enough, but not enough for me to play it more than once. If that makes sense. Loki would run Outbreak for the bit. I mean, listen, if Outbreak gets voted as part of the series, it's also eligible.
Decoy up.
Like I said, you know, any zombies experience I think is eligible for the high round series. That includes all the non-Treyarch, that includes Outbreak, that includes fucking Duran Fong or whatever, like, but the point being, I always mention, like, that includes Dead Ops Arcade. The point being, you can comment whatever you want as a joke. You're not gonna get everyone to vote for you. I'd imagine I won't be covering most of those until I cover a majority of the Treyarch maps and all of their versions. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting going in with next to no knowledge. Maybe. I'm not that strapped for content right now. But yeah, I've never loaded into it a single time. Not once. Vanguard Shinonuma, I loaded into 4 times. The first time I loaded in, I got to around 100. The 4th time I loaded in, I got the then world record. That was more fun. Genuinely. I think that Vanguard Shinonuma is one of the better modern zombies maps, by far. Granted, now, somebody crushed the world record. They beat me by over 500 rounds. I've never been interested in running it back.
Sending decoy. Tango down.
Vanguard's also just sort of in a weird place where, like, it is a Treyarch Zombies, but it's not a Treyarch Zombies, if that makes sense. But it is a Treyarch Zombies. A lot of people are gonna be upset with me for letting that max ammo go, which is really funny. I find it fascinating that on a majority of maps, max ammo is the best power-up. But starting with Cold War, max ammo is just the worst power-up. The zombies drop so much ammo, and you can buy ammo. So...
Zombie down.
The interesting thing about Outbreak is it has every enemy type except for Tormentors. Okay, so here's my understanding of Outbreak, right? The way that you complete rounds on Outbreak is like every area that you teleport to has some objective that you have to complete, whether it's lockdown or escort or something. I don't really know what all the objectives are, but I just know you do the objective and then the portal opens to move on to the next area. But no, every enemy type in Cold War, not every enemy type ever.
They're dead.
But there's also like a ton of side things that you can do. Like Orda is just kind of there, and you can fight Orda if you want to. And he gives you rewards, and there's like other shit you can do. Except I'm pretty sure if you're trying to high round Outbreak, you're supposed to just do the main objective and immediately move on. Like there's no reason to do any side things ever.
Hostile down.
I think Abominations are an Outbreak. I think. Abominations are not Margwas. They're also not Brutus or the Panzer either. By the way, this is another take. I think that Brutus should have been on Revelations
Decoy up.
as a third boss in addition to the Panzer and Margwa.
Semtex out. EKIA.
I love how all you need is Ring of Fire and 2 Semtexes, and it just annihilates both both Megaton halves.
Decoy up. Semtex out.
There's already too many on Rev? No, I don't think so. I think Brutus would have been cool. I think it would have been cool if the enemy that spawned changed depending on the area that you were in. Like if you're in Mob of the Dead or Verrückt, Brutus spawns. If you're in Horizon or Origins, the Panzer spawns. And if you're anywhere else, the Margwa spawns or something like that. Or if they had even more enemies. Isn't there a Panzer type thing in Outbreak? Yeah, the Krasny Soldat, which was introduced in Mauer and then is also on Outbreak. Napalms, yeah, Shriekers and Napalms on the Shang section would genuinely be really cool.
Shut up. Decoy up. Semtex.
Hey, Amir, how's it going?
Birds and pegs.
You don't know what map to play? Mob of the Dead. I got a great tutorial for you.
coming back from that.
These rounds are so fast. You have to admit that the old versions of this game were much better? What do you mean by that? Like pre-patches? In some ways, yes. It was harder when the game launched. That also has to do with the fact that there were fewer perks.
Contact down. Sending decoy.
The Gallo was also very OP. It was, but not as OP as the ray gun. The ray gun was like always OP, except for that one patch where they made it the zombies like way stronger.
Neutralize the zombie.
I still prefer the Gallo over the Howard to this day. Self-revives didn't increase in salvage cost. Don't they still cap out at a certain point?
Sending decoy.
I've never not been able to afford a self-revive in this game. Isn't the ray gun supposed to not be this good? I mean, when the game first launched, the ray gun was this good, and then they like nerfed it to make it really bad, but then people didn't like it, and so they buffed it again, and now it's really good, and it's like even better than it was when it launched. The War Machine was a 3-shot when the game launched, so one War Machine could kill 4 hordes, and now it's an insta-kill. I'm surprised to hear that you even played Cold War at all.
Infected threat clear.
Oh, you played more multiplayer than zombies? That makes sense.
Enemy appears KIA. Decoy up. Semtex out.
Easy enough.
Then tag.
That's how you deal with a Megaton. What system am I playing on? PS5. But I'm playing on the PS4 version.
Sending decoy.
Why PS4 version? The PS4 version is more stable than the PS5 version. Especially when I'm running this. My plan for this game is, like, I know that technically you can camp here all the way to 935, but, like, I don't remember how the error optimization works. So, is that the same for Xbox also? I don't know about Xbox, actually. Like, Series X versus Xbox One. But my plan is I'm just gonna stay here as long as I can, and once I start getting stutters, that's when I'm gonna switch to spawn. But also in the meantime, I'm just gonna avoid leaving this area for as long as I can. If I can make it to 700, that'd be great. Hey, Spare, how's it going? Am I hyped for Paradox Junction? No.
Sending decoy.
Am I hyped for yet another map where people are gonna hit 999 on their first try and the meta's gonna be fucking jumping in a corner or some bullshit? And it's Nuketown again? Nah. Almost makes me want to download Cold War again. Well, listen, when you see someone having fun, you know? If I was playing Black Ops 6 and I was smiling and playing music and having a good time, I bet more people would want to play it too.
Sending decoy.
It's just that when I play Black Ops 6, I never have fun. Hey, Cole. It's going well. How are you? It will be the first map since the massive budget cuts. When exactly did the budget cuts happen? Because, like, were they not working on this map, like, for a long time, or did they, like, just start on it? What reused boss is coming back in Paradox Junction? That's a good question.
Window available.
Is Avogadro? Avogadro is not an unreasonable guess. But, like, also, they already have the Tempests in Cold War and Black Ops 6. Wait, are the Tempests on Black Ops 6 at all? Or just Cold War? Is this Black Ops 7? No. No, it's not. Think just Cold War? Okay, so maybe the Tempests or the Avogadro? I'm trying to think about what else would be thematic. Maybe some variant of Nova Crawlers could come back. Tempests are on Modern Warfare Zombies, that is true.
Decoy up. Semtex.
This is the song. Moonview Highway. This song is great. By the way, much to my disappointment, my own comment on Varuk is currently winning.
Sending decoy.
Ancient Evil's in second.
Semtex out.
But I worry that YouTube might be biasing the Varuk comment because I commented it. Which, to be fair, is kind of what I did intend. Because I wanted to make it fair to Varuk. But please vote for Ancient Evil. I want to play Ancient Evil so much more than I want to play Varuk. Plus, I can get that one out really quickly. Varuk might take me a few tries.
Semtex out.
Exfil window gone.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only caveat is when I do decide to do Ancient Evil, I think I'm not going to stop at round 100. I think I'm just going to go and see what round I can get to. And if I get to 500, I can do Ancient Evil on PC now, which I think I'm going to consider trying a long-term game on PC. IMZ is playing Ancient Evil? Oh, fuck. So the record might be harder to beat. Okay. I'll consider that carefully. In my high round guides, could I possibly share an estimated time to reach round 100? Yes. Read the description of every single one of the videos. Okay, this Megaton's gonna fuck me up.
Hiring War Machine. Keep this one out.
If and when Alpha Omega gets voted for, I will be covering Electric Burst modifier. What about PhD modifier? What does PhD modifier do? I don't even remember. Oh, there's a dude running that for some reason. I remember, this is the first moment that I noticed, oh, Cold War is an interesting entry in the series. And it was a little bit after Die Maschine released. I saw a video of MC Zombie Slayer posting saying, hey, I just got to round 256 and like, here's the round counter resetting. And he showed footage of the entire round 255. And the strategy he was running was War Machine, training in spawn. Like, he would gather up all the zombies and then shoot all of them with the War Machine.
Enemy destroyed.
That was the strategy. And I remember thinking, oh, this is very strange. Why is the War Machine so strong? And then the round ended in 6 minutes. And I was like, oh, fuck. There's less zombies per round. Have I seen the Primus Nikolai Knights bundle in BO7? No, I haven't, actually. Should I look it up? What? Is that a skin for Nikolai? From... Oh, Primus Knight? That's such nostalgia bait. That should be an Easter egg reward. That shouldn't be a fucking paid DLC. That's ridiculous. Yikes. They're really strapped for cash, huh? Did I see the newest mod for BO4? The one that shows the spawns? Yeah, I want to test that in-game. You guys need to find an interesting discovery for me to make a video on. And I'm gonna go look through as well, because I think it'll be cool. Will was making a video? Okay, nice. I want to work on that Blaze Phase video. I also want to work on the Call of the Dead video. You know the one. I've been putting that one off for a while just because I know the script is going to be long and I need to sort of tread carefully in a way where people find it interesting and I don't get a bunch of hate comments saying, actually this is banned. Even though in the video I'm gonna be like, yeah, this obviously shouldn't be legal, here's why, but like, here's why I still think it's funny, or like unique, or cool.
Decoy up. Semtex out. That's a kill.
I mean, yeah, also, when BO4 maps start getting voted, I'm gonna be looking at you for some help. Especially if it somehow Ancient Evil wins this. Which one is the best out of Warzone zombies? Cold War, BO6, or BO7? Cold War, and it's not close. Oh.
Don't be down. Semtex out. Decoy up.
What from Cold War do I prefer over Black Ops 6 and 7? For one, the armor system. For two, the maps. For three, the fact that, like, I guess Forsaken has a big enemy spam problem, but it's a lot easier to deal with it on Forsaken than it is on the newer games. But, like, Die Maschine and Mauer don't really have an enemy spam problem nearly as much. What I like about Cold War is insanely easy to the point where, like, getting to high rounds involves a lot of cheese strats. But if you don't want to use cheese strats, you can play however you want and get to a high round. But Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, everything is not good. And so the only way to get to high rounds without it being a massive pain in the ass is the cheese strats. And that is just a lot less fun to me. Cold War, you can high round using any strategy you want. It's just that the cheese strats are fastest and easiest. Black Ops 6, you can't high round using any strategy you want. Only really the cheese strats are effective. It also just feels a lot more satisfying on Cold War. The way that my controller vibrates, the way the ray gun feels in this game, just feels better. I don't know how to describe it.
Decoy up. Semtex out. Tango fully expired.
Cold War, at the very least, was interesting enough that no map was able to get to 935 on anyone's literal first try. But Black Ops 7 is so easy that everyone can get to 999. Just watch the new mob video, love it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Like, I just think that it's flawed design if people are booting into new Black Ops 6 and new Black Ops 7 maps that just came out and with 0 restarts, they just 999. Like that's not balanced. Cold War, that was never the case. Granted, it was easy. I got to Mauer. Okay, full disclosure, I've been to 999 on Mauer. I have loaded into that map a single-digit number of times. I don't know what number. I know it's less than 10. And I got to 999. This map I've actually attempted quite a few times, and I crashed around 597, which is my PB. This game, okay, here's what it is. Is save and quit a factor in that? Well, yes. Save and quit makes it more stable, of course. Part of what makes Cold War slightly more interesting than the newer games, mostly because Cold War doesn't have save and quit, is that on Cold War, you do have to, like, worry about the errors. You have to actually work around not having your game crash on Cold War. Whereas on Black Ops 6, there, like, are no game-ending crashes because of save and quit. Terminus did take over a month, to be fair. Yes, but Terminus is the last map where somebody didn't do it on their first try. Or where nobody did it on their first try. Every single, so, Citadel, The Tomb, Shattered Veil, Reckoning, every single one of those maps, oh, and Ashes and Astra, every single one of those maps, somebody got to 999 on their first try. First try meaning first time ever loading into the map. Are you hearing copyright-free Mario Kart music? Yes, it's copyright-free because Nintendo doesn't really care anymore. It is Mario Kart music, yes. It's official Mario Kart music. It's from Mario Kart World soundtrack. Oh, what? I brain farted for a second. I'm used to Forsaken. That's also, Terminus also taking over a month ignores that when the game first released, the round cap was 256 for some awful reason. So, like, people, it did take a while to max out, but then people maxed it out, and then they got updated, and then they had to max it out again, and it took a while. Beam Smasher was one of their better Wonder Weapons in a hot minute. It was definitely a more interesting concept for sure. Did my playlist end? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's find another one. Okay, this one's called A Calm Morning in the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay. Salvage do I have? My regular salvage has already reset a couple times by now. Or at least once? Yeah, at least once. The ice staff isn't even most casuals' favorite staff. I feel like the ice staff is most people's favorite staff on Origins. What do you think it is? I feel like the ice staff is most people's favorite staff. Bows over stabs? That I can't actually agree with. Bows are more interesting. I'm pretty sure every time somebody posts on Reddit for the millionth time, what's your favorite staff? I'm on around 150. I didn't even fucking notice. Wind or fire got more attention? I don't think that's true. I think, like, when I was growing up, everyone argued over who got the ice staff. I think if I go on Reddit and find the most recent what's your favorite staff poll, I'm pretty sure it's ice staff. Bad players don't understand how to use it. I feel like medium players know the concept of, like, you can just kind of sit anywhere you want and spam it. Bad players might not know how to use it. Stormbow is what the lightning staff should have been. Yeah. I can get behind that. Lightning staff is really bad. I think the bows are more interesting than the stabs.
Sending decoy.
Somehow wind is typically like, yeah, like people, and I don't think it's that like everyone likes the ice staff more. I think that it's that people constantly hear that the ice staff is best and they just blindly go with it. And they don't actually know why. And then you get some people that say, oh, but the ice staff breaks on 112, so it's actually not the best. Are there any decoys on the ground? No decoys. Is that metal spam on screen helping you release dopamine? Me, no.
Next exfil window is up.
The stabs are original, the bows are reused specialist ability. Yes, but if you argue that the bows are reused specialists, then you have to argue the same thing about the KT4, and you have to argue the same thing about the Gauntlet of Siegfried, and you have to argue the same thing about the Ragnaroks. And I guess the Annihilator's already in the game, but... And if you think about it, the Tempest Specialist is really just the Wonderwaffe.
Tango fully expired.
Which I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's cool that they reused multiplayer specialists for zombies in that way. Ragnaroks were in multiplayer. The gravity spikes. BO3 multiplayer was pretty fun. I liked it a lot. I got to 10th prestige on BO3 multiplayer. That's higher than I did on any other multiplayer.
Chopper clearing out.
Yeah, AEW's exo movement felt way clunkier. BO3, as much as I prefer no exo movement, BO3's exo movement actually felt like a significant improvement over what Advanced Warfare did. I also agree that the advanced movement is what led to the downfall of COD, for sure. But yeah, Modern Warfare 19 and just Warzone in general sealed the deal.
Frag the infected hostile. Sending decoy. Semtex out.
Do the zombies numbers scale just as much as they do on the new stuff? When you say zombie numbers, you mean like the number of zombies per round? I believe the Cold War scaling is pretty similar to Black Ops 6 and 7. It's almost identical.
Sending decoy.
But I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure. BO2. So BO2 does have a health cap. The health cap of the zombies is on around 162.
Decoy up. Semtex. Keep this one out.
But also, Wonderful posted a YouTube short today about the insta-kill armor zombies on Die Rise, and I will be honest, I learned about that for the first time today when I watched his short. I did not know about that.
Sending decoy. Brainy turret broken. Sending decoy. Semtex.
These rounds are so easy. I don't know if allowing insta-kill armor zombies would necessarily make 255 possible.
Contact down.
Also, I mean, there's also an argument for like allow the broken strat for the middle game to push the high round strat to a higher round, if that makes sense. Yeah, 1 in 27 zombies being an insta-kill is not, it will speed things up, but Die Rise, I doubt will be 255-able. I shouldn't say doubt. I don't think it's possible, but like, you know, never say never sort of thing.
Decoy up. Semtex out.
Did anyone play a game in elevator strat? Not yet, no.
Decoy up. Semtex out.
Any decoys on the ground? There's a decoy. This music's a little too chill for me. I need something more upbeat.
Decoy up. Player down. Sending decoy. Semtex. Decoy. Hiring war machine.
Marking range for extraction.
Decoys? Why are the zombies not dropping decoys? Fetch me their souls. Best non-wonder weapon? Helion Salvo.
Enemy appears KIA. Sending decoy.
Never punished, not even for going down. Although I am out of decoys, which is annoying.
Neutralize the zombie. Semtex out.
Okay. Alright, first down of the game. I think that's the highest I've ever made it flawless, so can't complain. Oh no, anyways. You gotta admit the Necrofluid Gauntlet is the most aura-exuding wonder weapon ever. All of the hands on Ancient Evil are more aura-exuding.
Hiring War Machine.
That's so unfortunate, because now look at all my points. I lost like 3 million points right there. How many more self-revives do I have? Unlimited. This is Black Ops Cold War.
Hiring War Machine.
There's no decoys on the ground.
War Machine.
Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to throw that.
Semtex.
Will I make a video about child and parent variables? Yeah, I could do that. I need to do a little more research and get a script down. But yeah, I could do that. Just because I would want to talk about like the implications of how it affects specifically Black Ops 2 high rounds. And I guess also Black Ops 3, but really Black Ops 2.
Hiring War Machine.
Any decoys? I don't see any decoys. Can't see.
Tango. Expired.
That's an armor.
Decoy up. Pegareta.
Well, child variables don't really affect every game in the same way. And in a lot of games, they just don't affect it at all. I love how downs on this map, you just don't even lose any time. You just get up, buy your perks, keep going. That's it. Still no decoys.
Hiring war machine. Sending decoys. Semtex out.
That's a decoy there. Ah! I didn't get it.
Semtex. Infected threat clear. Waypoint marked.
Oh, what? How did I mark a waypoint?
Exfil opportunity, strike team.
Okay. Yeah, Eternal Perks is interesting. I feel like Cursed mode is just easier than the normal mode at this point. Which is ironic, because people wanted a classic mode because they wanted something challenging.
Tango. Fire.
Health cap is doubled in Cursed as well, but yeah, but you also, all your weapons do more damage, which negates that. There should just be no health cap in Cursed mode. It should just scale infinitely. That's what would make it balanced. That's what would make the mode good.
Zombie down. Sending decoy. Semtex.
Yeah, that's true.
Decoy up. Semtex out. Enemy destroyed.
Exfil window
Yeah, but like, oh, but the problem is, you can't say the zombies on round 400 plus are so deadly that you're training with ammo mods. You can't say the zombies are so deadly and then say on round 400 plus. I just don't think round 400 should be possible. Except it's so easy that people are on 400 plus just not having trouble. It's just annoying. You know what I mean? Not difficult, annoying. There's a difference. Treyarch needs to learn the difference between difficult and annoying. Difficult maps can be fun. Easy maps can be annoying. Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 is not difficult, it's annoying. Box swapping isn't annoying? No, not nearly as much as whatever the hell the new games have going on.
Decoy up.
It makes the game much more interesting. You also have to consider that not every map involves trade-outs. Whereas every Black Ops 6 and every Black Ops 7 map is pretty much the same.
Sending decoy. Semtex. Sit this one out.
This Megaton's gonna be a pain in the ass because insta-kill's active and Ring of Fire's not.
Bag that tag.
The answer is, if I wanted to get a 999 on Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7, I would just load into the tomb and do it on my first try. But I don't want to do that. Even this is just significantly more fun, because at least there's a risk of me dying. You need some good sci-fi or comedy movies. Have you seen A Million Ways to Die in the West? I watched that for the first time recently. It was pretty good.
Decoy up. Neutralize the zombie.
The tomb is the most counter example to your complaint about score streak spam, though, because that strat uses the wonder weapon and energy mine. But it's not the counter example because the strategy is literally sit in a corner and go AFK. In fact, most people I've seen getting to 999 on that map are staring at the fucking wall. So it's like, it's literally the pinnacle of what modern zombies is. If anything, score streak spam is better than what the tomb has going on. Oh yeah, we're on Instas, that's right. I haven't been looking at the random.
Contact down. Semtex.
Just hope a mimic doesn't get you stuck in the wall. Ooh, I got a dog round. Skipped it on Insta. Next round's an insta-kill round. Also, if you don't get your energy mines down, you get swarmed by specials. It's not like you can ignore what's happening. People have literally gone AFK just having a macro play that map, and there's no other map that actually works. Because you can just spam energy mines every time they're ready, and you don't even have to look anywhere except for the wall. The point being, like, score streak spam shouldn't exist, and zombies shouldn't be dropping ammo so that you can just spam the ice staff unlimited and never run out of ammo ever. Think about how exciting Origins would be if the Ice Staff just had unlimited ammo.
Ammo fully expired.
You would just sit next to the shield table and just face the wall and just spam.
Infected threat clear. Nothing better than a headshot. Decoy up.
All right, good insta-kill round. On Shattered Veil, max ammo rounds are harder than the regular rounds. Isn't that also true on Liberty Falls to a certain degree? Well, I guess the jet gun makes it pretty easy.
Zombie down.
What are the max ammo rounds on Shattered Veil again? Is that the flying Klaus, or is that on the other map?
Sending decoy. Sit this one out.
The toxic zombies? Oh.
One back. Decoy up. Semtex. Spread the infected hostile.
I tried to pick up that armor. Ah! Why? Give me the armor. Oh my god, it went away.
Sending decoy.
Exfil option closed. Grab the one with that.
That's annoying. Heh.
Enemy appears KIA. Decoy up. Semtex out. Sit this one out.
Give me this armor, please. Thank you. It's not so hard.
Sending decoy. Semtex out. Shut up.
How fast are rounds now? They're under 2 minutes each.
Go down.
Not sure exactly how fast, but
Frag the infected hostile. Sending decoy.
did I see the Blood of the Dead BO3 remake? I did. I actually watched the video that they posted. I watched it this morning. I'm excited for that. I think I haven't done many custom maps. I think that's gonna be one of the ones I have to try for sure. Because I think it's gonna be really cool in Black Ops 3.
Sending decoy. Semtex. Rainy turret drop.
Yeah, that's like, I'm really excited for that. I think it's gonna be really good. I think what's annoying is it's gonna make people go, damn, Black Ops Blood of the Dead would actually be really cool if it wasn't in the BO4 systems.
Infected threat here.
Blood of the Dead is already cool in BO4. I agree. A lot of people were disappointed by it, but I honestly think it's a very good map. I think most maps in BO4 are really solid for Eastern players, but I wouldn't want to high round any of them. High rounds are actually pretty fun on BO4. More fun than many BO3 maps. My only problem with it, realistically, is the fact that, like, every single record is easily beatable. You just have to put in 200 hours. The games are just so much longer.
Decoy up.
Are there resets in BO4? Yes, there is, and it has never been reached in a real game so far. The reset on every single BO4 map occurs at 521 hours and change. But the longest game of BO4 that has been played was 483 hours. So it will happen pretty soon, it just hasn't happened yet. Yeah, these rounds are under 2 minutes. On Mauer, the way it worked on Mauer was you took the round number, you move the decimal point over 2. So like if you're on 850, it'd be 8.50. That's how many minutes the round were on Mauer. 8.5 minutes for round 850. Or like 2.5 minutes for round 250. I think Die Maschine is slightly slower than that. But also, this is just a pretty quick map in general. Mauer does feel satisfying. I love the way Frost Blast just kills everything alive. Mauer did age well. Die Maschine, I think, also aged pretty well. But, like, almost no other modern zombies map has aged well at all. Thoughts on Firebase C? I think that Firebase C is not a fun map. The Ray K just feels clunky to use, and I can't stand Orta just as a concept. That's what makes Mauer good, is the fact that you can make Disciples not spawn. If Disciples were forced to spawn even inside of the hotel room, Mauer would just be a way worse map. Why did they end the Chaos storyline? Couldn't they just continue it with Cold War? Well, they should have. Maybe the reason they ended it is because with Lundell gone, he's the one who wrote it. But also, technically, they didn't end the Chaos storyline because they continued the Chaos storyline with Black Ops 6 in a weird, roundabout, awful way. And I feel really bad for the characters that we last see on Ancient Evil that we just never found out what happened to them. That's what feels bad. Yeah, BO6's story is just awful. It's some of the worst writing we've seen in the entire series.
Sending decoy. Semtex out. Infected hostile.
Yeah, me too. I also feel like if Black Ops 4 got all of the attention, or not when I say attention, I mean if Black Ops 4 got all of the budget that it really deserved and didn't get cut, we probably would have had 2 more Chaos maps and 2 more Ether maps by the end. And Black Ops 4 could have been considered one of the greatest games we've gotten, but it was cut short. What is the interval of dog rounds on this map again? I don't even remember. I think it's in my video, too. I gotta watch my own high round guide. Do I play multiplayer? I don't really play multiplayer anymore, but my favorite multiplayer from when I was younger, when I did play, was Black Ops 2. Yeah, Black Ops 4 could have been so much better. And it's a shame, because genuinely, a lot of people are coming back to Black Ops 4, giving it more of a chance, and they're saying, yeah, this is actually a lot better than it was back then, or than people made it out to be. The community consensus now is that Black Ops 4 is good, but the community consensus when Black Ops 4 was out was that it was bad. And I think that it genuinely has to do with the fact that every game they've released since Black Ops 4 has been worse.
Decoy up. Semtex. Target drop.
Dog rounds can't happen on exfil rounds. It's not 5 to 6. It's more. It's less frequent than that. I think it's like. I think the range is wide. It's like 5 to 13 or something.
Sending decoy. Semtex. Negative back.
It's more like 9 to 10. I don't remember. I could document it. I could write them down to find out, but well, I guess I'll just. When they happen, they'll happen.
Decoy up.
What was the last multiplayer I can say I enjoyed? Black Ops 3 for me. Black Ops 3 is really the last multiplayer that I played more than like... that I played like more than one prestige, I guess.
Tango down. Sending decoy.
Oh.
Semtex out.
On Black Ops 6 and 7, you can get back-to-back max ammo rounds with save and quit manipulation. Well, yeah, that's what I thought. I said, I'm like, if I ever try to 999 any of those maps, I'm just gonna immediately save and quit after every single special round and try to force, like, as many special rounds as I can.
Decoy up. Semtex.
Are there any decoys on the ground? Can't see.
War machine going hot.
What do I think is the worst tie rounds? It's Black Ops 6 for sure. Like, it's not even close. I guess other than Black Ops 7 is what's close. There's no decoys.
Tango fully expired.
The only good modern COD game. True. You loved Modern Warfare 3? That's a crazy take. I'm sorry. Which multiplayer from the Warzone era would I play if I had no other choice? I guess probably Cold War. Ah! Ah! Why?
Sending decoy.
This game is fucking stupid. Oh shit, I need decoys. How much do they even do with a single hit? With Jug, it's like a 3-hit kill.
Decoy up.
Fuck! Fucking hell! Let me use my ring of fire! God damn it!
Decoy up. Decoy up.
Exfil window open.
I just lost all my points. I took 5 downs during that sequence. I don't know, this is what pisses me off about modern zombies in the armor system, is that Jug is fucking useless. Without armor. How many is that total? 8. Doesn't even matter. I don't even lose time when I go down. Points are more consequential? What do you mean by that? I think that everything about the modern point system is not a good change. I'm not buying anything except for perks. Did I play much Blackout? No, I didn't.
Hiring war machine. Sending decoy. Semtex. Officer clear.
Exfil window on.
Enemy destroyed.
Meaning having loads of points is pointless in older games, while in modern they're still valuable because of the big chunk needed to rebuy perks when you go down. Yeah, I guess. But like, you don't run out of points on modern zombies, so it's kind of a moot point. I just took 5 downs, ran out of points, and then I used Ring of Fire 3 times, and now I am already back to 80,000 points. Like, there's still no point to points.
Sending decoy.
Like, especially, let's use the example of what just happened to me. You're saying, oh, points are good for buying perks back. I just went down 5 times in a row, bought my perks back every single time, and just barely ran out of points, and I wasn't even out of points, and then I got them all back within 60 seconds. So, like, points don't matter. Is that a megaton I just heard? Yep.
Sending decoy. Semtex.
Any decoys on the ground? There's a decoy. When do you use the shockwave? You mean the DIE shockwave? I don't have it.
Brainy turtle. That's a kill. Decoy up. Letting them head. Sending decoy.
I'm gonna get off on round 200.
Contact down. Sending decoy.
Getting closer. All right. Is Outbreak going to be in the round 100 series? If it gets voted for, yes. Good luck getting anyone to vote for it, but if it gets voted for, I will cover it. Don't you have 3 weapons? Nope. I only have 2. There's no third weapon in the entire game that even benefits me, and so there's no third weapon that I even want to lose when I go down. Nor is there a third weapon that I want to have to press Y to skip past at all. Just rather not have one.
Battery expired.
These rounds are so fast.
Anyone need this? Neutralize the zombies.
They're dead. There are Casimir devices. There's one on the ground right there. You just don't use them.
Spray that gray matter.
You had to do it? What did you have to do?
Sending decoy. Semtex out.
To resort to a Stallone movie? What movie did you watch? Yeah, you don't use Casimir's. People say that they crash your game. I don't know if that's true. But also, Casimir's are a little worse than decoys because of the way this strategy works. They just like suck the zombies in too slowly. You'd rather just like throw a quick Semtex and have your ring charge instantly. They suck the zombies in slow enough that like it takes a while. Also, because of how rarely they drop from the zombies, it's very, very difficult to get them back. Whereas with the decoys, I run over all the things that the zombies are dropping and I pick one up like 80% of the time.
Semtex out.
Again, super quick rounds. Casimir's almost never drop, so you want decoys because they drop frequently. You know what movie you should watch? Have you seen the movie Forbidden Zone? 1980 movie? Would they work in a pinch if there's a Casimir but not a decoy on the ground? Yes, but usually if I'm in that much of a pinch, I just run to the crafting table and I get more. It's very, very, very rare that they even drop in the first place. Like, that was like the third one this game that I've seen. So, how rarely am I in a situation where there's a Casimir, not a decoy? That might happen once from now to 935. Has Sledgehammer made a single game that anyone has liked the campaign of? Which games did Sledgehammer make again? Advanced Warfare and World War II? Were those the only two that Sledgehammer was directly in charge of? Or am I forgetting one?
out. Infected threat here.
Oh, shit.
Sending decoy. Semtex out. One by.
Okay. All right. No problem. I'm gonna get off when I hit round 200, so probably 30 minutes more, about.
Sending decoy.
AW World War II Vanguard. Oh, the Vanguard was them.
Brainy third drop. Sending decoy. Semtex out. Zombie down.
Oh my god, the Brain Rock got so many kills there.
Sending decoy.
Super quick rounds.
Leg them tech.
Thoughts on Bill Belichick Hall of Fame snub? Yeah, it's very surprising to me that he wasn't. I'm sure that he will be inducted at some point, but it's strange. Because it's like that, isn't he the coach that has won more Super Bowls than any other coach ever? Is that correct?
Infected threat here.
Like, how can he not be in the Hall of Fame? As much as everyone hated the Patriots, they hated the Patriots because the Patriots kept fucking winning.
Wasted them. Sending decoy. Semtex out.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same thing that people were like, listen, if he doesn't make it into the Hall of Fame, no coach should be in the Hall of Fame. Straight up.
Sending decoy. Neutralize zombie.
such fast rounds.
Decoy up. Enemy appears KIA. Decoy up. Semtex. Red team just hot fire. Decoy
Don't hit me.
해결했다. Sending decoy. Tango fully expired.
Is there a reason why you're throwing the decoys at the ceiling and not the ground? There's a lot of holes in the ground, and if you throw it at the ground, quite often the decoy will go through the floor to the bottom, to the middle floor, and then the zombies will all run down there after the decoy, which makes it difficult for me to semtex them. Or occasionally, sometimes the decoy will just straight up fail. But if you throw it at the ceiling, it never fails.
Raptor 1 in range for extraction.
Hey, Freshstein. Welcome back. Yeah, it's a super quick map. Granted, you know, the rounds are gonna get longer and longer as I get into the 400s, 500. Like, once I'm at that point, the rounds are gonna feel longer. But going from 100 to 200, I could do in a single stream, and that was the plan. I'm on really good pace right now.
Sending decoy. Semtex out.
Ah.
Infected turret clear. Sending decoy. Semtex
Window
out.
closed.
There we go. Okay. Why Cold War all of a sudden? I was just in the mood. Why not? Alright, good night. Yeah, the rounds are getting longer, but only a little bit. Will I get 935 this game? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll crash. I don't know. How long are rounds? They're just under 2 minutes at this point. Did my playlist end again? Did. I made it to the end. Mario Kart bops for speeding on a highway. Okay. Sure. It's a little loud. Gonna play some Ash's Trap Strat? That sounds like it will be. That's one of the strategies of all time. At some point you have to, yeah, so, yeah, I just woke up and I felt like playing Die Maschine. I don't know why. And by woke up, I mean, like, I was on vacation last week and I came back and I was like, fuck it, let's play Die Maschine. But, yeah, so the plan is stay up here as long as possible. Ideally until like 650 or even 700 if I can push high. But once I get to a point where my game starts to stutter a bit, then I have to switch to RCXD for the rest of the game. You mean like every other trap strat in World at War? No, none of the... There's no other trap strat other than Blood of the Dead where you turn on the trap and it attracts all the zombies and you can go AFK. So no, not like any of the other trap strats. Yeah, basically. When, like, once you get to high rounds on this map, it's sort of unstable and you're gonna, like, your game starts to stutter a bit. You'll notice little freezes. Once I see that happening, I have to switch to RCXD only. Thought that the Death Machine was more efficient than the War Machine? Not here, no. The Death Machine, you burn through the ammo too quickly, whereas the War Machine, all you need to do is just do one little circle, and then you gather all the zombies, shoot once, and it fills your ring of fire completely. Like, I'll show you. You just do this. You walk in a circle, and if it wasn't the end of the round, that would just instantly fill my ring of fire with one shot. The Death Machine, it would take like a third of the Death Machine. Trap strats are old as hell to the mode, so what's the big deal? The big deal is that the trap attracts the zombies and you can go AFK. That's the difference. The big deal is that on older games, you actually had to be careful with how you were bringing the zombies, not only through the trap, but also when you were waiting for the trap to recharge. What's your plan? Whereas on that game, you just turn on the trap, go AFK, then go to the other trap, go AFK, and then go sit in that car and ram zombies where you can't die, and then you go hit the trap and you go AFK. Same. Once the trap needs to recharge, you need to be careful. No, you just go to the jump pad and you go to the other trap. I've seen the footage. You never need to be careful. Yeah, you can't tell me that the trap strat on 5 is the same as on Ashes and say, yes, this is all the same. You can't tell me that the trap strat on Varrock is the same as on Ashes and say this is the same. You can't tell me that the trap strat on Black Ops 1 Shinonuma is the same. If you see how the world record runs that strategy, oh boy. Any player who plays Ashes would have an aneurysm. And on the same side of the coin, if the flogger on Shinonuma attracted the zombies and you could just turn it on and go AFK, people would hate that map. It would be really bad. Okay, here, I'll show you. So, look, I pull out the War Machine, I do one loop. Boop. Ring of Fire is charged. Yesterday, we were watching the Round 100 speedrun. They used the gas TIE. Isn't that also a good strat for the 935? No, because it can crash your game. You can use it safely for like 200 to 250 rounds, but beyond that, you will crash. So this is just the most stable way. Starting room challenge Astra is pain. What's the strat for first rooms? That might be a different story. Tomahawks? Yeah. Okay, that just sounds boring. I don't think Tomahawks should do infinite damage either, if I'm being honest. I don't know why Tomahawks kill in one shot. Like Semdexes on Black Ops 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 don't. I have the same complaint about Cold War, by the way. All right, 10 more rounds and then I'm getting off. When was my last dog round? I don't remember. Was it in the 180s before that? I'm not sure.
Sending decoy. Semtex. Being kept in hostile.
Oh.
Sending decoy. Semtex out. Decoy up. Semtex out.
Why doesn't Modern Zombies let you customize your perk icons? If you're asking why doesn't it let it customize it the same way that I do on Black Ops 1 or other people do on Black Ops 2 or 3, the answer is because I'm playing on PC and also just because like the mod tools for that don't really exist yet. But I bet if you played Modern Zombies on PC, you could probably go into the game files and pretty easily switch them. Oh, I just realized Nightbot isn't even finishing that message. That's awkward. Okay, that should work. That's awkward. I didn't even notice that before.
Enemy destroyed.
Why did that spawn outside? That shouldn't be in bounds. Miss some perk icons were stylish. Yeah. BO2's icons were cool. I love that Shadows has different perk icons and I miss when maps had a HUD that fit with the theme of the map. They did that for Mob, Buried, Origins, and Shadows, and then just completely gave up on that idea. And that's a real shame. It's even a shame that they didn't bring back the Origins HUD for Black Ops 3 Origins. Excuse me.
Decoy up. Semtex out.
$1 billion company can't be that hard. Those poor billionaires. Boy. BO3 Origins is a lot worse than the BO2 counterpart, which is funny considering how broken the BO2 counterpart is in a lot of ways.
Tango down. Decoy up. Semtex out.
To me, it doesn't have to do with movement. To me, it has to do with AATs and gobblegums. I think Origins was a much more interesting map when the only way to kill were the ice and wind staff, and also, you know, other ways. And like, your resources were limited. Is the point. Whereas on Black Ops 3, you just use AATs and you're fine. And there's no like. I also miss map-specific guns. I don't know why they feel the need to add every single new DLC weapon to every old map. I disagree with the concept of, like, adding more weapons to the maps. That's across all maps in that game, though, not just Origins. You're correct.
War machine going hot.
Some of them are still fun, though. Like, at least a map like Shadows has more interesting strategies. Even if it does rely heavily on AATs. Still, I just never think they should have been added. Sound and visual effects of the stabs? Yeah, I guess. The visual, like, I'm not arguing with the fact that the visuals are better on Chronicles across most of the maps. Like, that's gonna be a given. But, I don't know. I also like that you can cancel your shot like you can with the bows on BO3 Origins. Deadwire was nowhere near as overpowered at the beginning compared to the final patch. Yes, but Blast Furnace was overpowered. I think the one game that did AATs right actually was Black Ops 4. You got some information, interesting information you stumbled across? What would that be?
War machine going hot.
ever in danger.
Decoy up. Semtex.
Am I gonna keep this game paused or am I ending it? I'm gonna continue it. How many hordes per round right now? I don't know. My rounds are like 2 minutes long. That's what I know.
Decoy up. Semtex.
IMC's on 52. He's got a long way to go.
War machine going hot.
I don't recognize this song. Oh, it's Cheap Cheap Lagoon. Huh.
Zombie down. Hiring war machine. Enemy appears KIA.
Why are you not shooting at the spawn? Yeah, it's to avoid an error. I like to shoot at the spawn in the beginning of the round, but during the round I just shoot here, because killing them while they're climbing up can crash your game.
Tango fully expired. Sending decoy. One bar. Decoy up. KIA.
Did I just hear Megaton? Yep.
out. Neutralize the zombie. Semtex. Target drop.
Got an exfil option strike team.
Alright, enjoy, Spare. I'll probably be off by the time we're done with that. I'm getting off in 4 rounds, so that'll be just a few minutes. We'll see if I have a dog round between now and 200. What is the dog rate on this map? We were just discussing it before, because I don't actually remember. It's really wide. Like, I want to say it's like 5 to 13 or something like that. And I'm just kind of like, whenever they happen, they happen. I had one on 189, so we'll see if I end up having one before 200, which I feel like I should. But if I don't, then there we go.
Decoy up. Tango down. Tango fully expired. Decoy up. Semtex.
Chopper clearing out.
Shut up. Decoy up.
Is this map on Zombicus?
Zombie down.
Almost there. Okay, well, this is a dog round, so that was an 8-rounder.
Neutralize the zombie. They're gone. Decoy up. Semtex out. This one out. Sending decoy. Semtex out.
Yeah, I'm stopping at 200, so stream will be over in a few minutes. But luckily, Jake just started streaming, so I can send you guys over to him.
Sending decoy. Sending decoy. Semtex out.
All right, one more round. Well, you ever play snakeskin boots on stream while wearing snakeskin boots? I don't own snakeskin boots, so I don't know about that.
Hostile expired. Sending
Mob is
decoy.
going well. Oh, that's good to hear. What round are you on?
Chronicles drop. War machine going hot. Semtex out. Infected threat clear. Enemy destroyed. Hiring war machine.
This is round, I think. Yep. All right. I'm gonna get off. Thank you all for watching. Stick around because my friend Jake just started streaming some Dead of the Night. If you stick around, it will automatically redirect you over to his channel. All right, I'm going now. Goodbye.